Sorry that yeah. So let's just take a deep breath. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let it out.
We doing yoga again today?
We're doing yoga again today. I don't know nothing about no yoga, sorry. So, let's pray. Holy, I thank you that every time I call, you answer. Sometimes that answer may not be in the form that I wanted it in, but you still always show up. These people that are here today have come seeking. They've brought you all that they have, all that they are. Thrive MCC wants to be people who are about God's work, loving one another and loving others. And we know that sometimes that's hard. But with you, all things are possible. Let your spirit be here today. Let the words that come out of my mouth be words that need to be heard, words that need to be spoken. And God, anybody that's still holding on to grudges from the past, hurts from the past, I ask that your spirit begin to minister healing, wholeness, peace, goodness, and joy. Because where you are, there is freedom. Where you are, there is joy. Your people seek you. Show up. In your many names I pray. Amen.
Amen.
So, yesterday was an interesting day. Not all of it good, but a lot of good things did happen yesterday. We were down at the Florida Network Conference, MCC, and what started out is I had reached out to them and said, hey, I'm newly appointed. You want me to just kind of show up and go, hey, my name's Christy, I'm the new board member, and just kind of sit in the corner and let people talk to me if they need to? And they were like, yeah, let's do that. Morphed into a full-blown session where it was much like a church setting. Everybody's in the seats, and I'm at the front, and I have this big Phil Donahue-looking microphone. Anybody remember Phil Donahue?
Yes.
I mean, some of y'all are too young. So it was always the big orange puffy microphone, or his was black. There were like different ones. You know what I'm talking about? The big screens that were on the mics. And he'd stand there and he'd talk a minute, and then he'd run out and put the microphone in somebody's face. So there, at the beginning, it was like that. I had the microphone, and I said, hey, my name's Christy, and what's up? And then they started raising their hands to speak, and I'd run and hand them the microphone. It was kind of fun, that part. I liked it. I even commented, hey, I feel like Phil Donahue. But then I didn't get to run anymore because then there was a second microphone. But anyway, it was a good session. They said the things that you as a local church have said too. I feel a little unsure. I feel angry. I feel frustrated. What are you going to do about it as a new governing board member? I admit it was not what I expected, and I was in over my head. But I also admit that in that moment, what those people needed was somebody to just listen and to let them say, this is my story. And I know you can't really fix it, but I need to lay it somewhere, so here you go. By the time I got home, I felt that that was a little much to ask. But in the moment, I didn't feel that way. In the moment, I felt like God was in that room. And that God was beginning to let healing happen. See, sometimes we have to let the stuff be named. And sometimes when we name the stuff, it bothers people. I'm sure that if my brother came forward and started telling y'all some of the things from my childhood, I would be like, dude, shut up. Don't tell people that. Be quiet. That's bad. They don't need to know I did fighting. He made me mad. Don't look at me like that. He did similar things to me. But when we come from the angle of, oh, we hate everything and we need it all fixed, we've chosen our position. When we come from the angle of, you're talking about me and I don't like it, and I've chosen my position, and nobody really is ready to budge, then we have a problem. So what happened yesterday is those people were ready to budge. They were ready to say, okay, look, here's my junk, okay? I'm going to speak it. I'm going to be done with it. It's in your hands. You people figure it out. I don't know if they felt better when they left. I know that I felt that it was a good session. I felt like progress was made. We live in a crazy world. You see it in our political environment. It has to be red. No, it has to be blue. And neither shall the two meet. Never shall the two meet. Like there's this gap and we're not going to cross it. But we're MCC. That's who we are. So we can't have gaps. We have to say together, we're going to do this. It's going to be okay. We're going to work through this together. Last week I talked about storytelling and I said it matters what story you tell. So here's the story. MCC is 50 years old. MCC has been through some junk. MCC is going to keep having junk. That's what happens. We're humans. You ain't always going to agree with me and I'm not always going to agree with you. But when we say that those things that we don't agree on make it okay for us not to talk to each other, we have problems.
That's right.
So we're supposed to talk today about hope. Hope as a part of MCC's story. There are some people that feel there is no hope. I would say to those people, you're wrong. There is hope. Because as long as there are people that are willing to say, this is my issue, I would like for you to address it. As long as there are people going, I want to hear you, let's talk about it, there's hope. As long as we can talk, there's hope. As long as we can say, God, I need you. Holy, I need you to show up. I need you to be here. Because Christy by herself ain't going to fix nothing. Christy by herself will be done and say, I quit. But then Holy goes, girl, get your butt back over here. Let's talk about this. Holy has to be the primary reason that we continue to seek and continue to move and continue to grow and continue to be MCC. That's where our hope comes from. Not from Christy. Not from the governing board. Not from the moderator. It comes from God. If our eyes are on God, we're going to move in the right direction. If our eyes are on people, we're going to get in a muddy mess real quick. I will fail you. I'm human. I will fail you. But don't look at me funny because you will fail me too. We're human. We have to keep our eyes on God. We have to say, God, I need you and I don't want it if you're not in it. Amen. And the more people in MCC that are saying that, God, I want you. Yeah. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care if we have to rewrite every bylaw that exists, every policy, every procedure. I don't care.
Amen.
Right. As long as you're in it. Right. I'm in it. But if you're out of it, I'm out. That's right. Because there ain't no point in being there anymore if God ain't in it.
Preach. Yes.
I ain't even got to the scripture yet. Woo! Luke chapter 18. By the way, how y'all like the new setup?
Like it. Nice.
Little girl said, kind of. Luke 18, verse 35. As Jesus approached Jericho, a blind man was sitting by the roadside begging. When he heard the crowd going by, he asked what was happening. They told him, Jesus of Nazareth is passing by. He called out, Jesus, have mercy on me. Those who led the way, I'm going to read that. Those who led the way rebuked him. Told him, be quiet. But he shouted all the more, Jesus, have mercy on me. Jesus stopped and ordered the man to be brought to him. When he came near, Jesus asked him, what do you want me to do? I want to see, he replied. Jesus said to him, receive your sight. Your faith has healed you. Immediately, as in right then, he received his sight and followed Jesus, praising God. When all the people saw it, they also praised God. Amen. Your faith healed you. You know how many times Jesus said that to people? It's in there a few times. People would go to Jesus and go, I won't. Your faith has healed you. You got it. Go on home. You good. So, MCC, what do we want? We want to be whole. We want to be healed. We want to be able to collectively say, God, we want you and we're going to move in the ways you tell us to move. God, we want to set aside ego. We want to set aside selfishness. We want to say God first and let you lead us. That's what we want. And if we say that collectively, do you know what we're going to hear back? You got it. Your faith has healed you. Your faith has healed you. Now, interestingly, the reason I read that part twice, I think we have good leadership. I think we have people that have good hearts. I think they want to do good things. But again, they're human. We haven't discussed this here since it happened, but I was appointed one of the governing board members. The only thing that got discussed here is I asked our board, hey, can I apply for this? And they're like, are you sure you want to do that? No, not really, but can I do it anyway? Sure, go ahead. I waited till the last minute. I applied literally hours before the deadline. In the letter that had to accompany the application, I said, so I don't really want to be on the governing board, which is why I'm applying at the last minute. But I feel like I can't ask you to do something that I'm not willing to do. That's right. So here I am. And if you want me, great. And if not, that's great too. Because, you know, it's more work. So it's way great if you don't want me. I'm cool. And then it happened, and how, I don't know, but we're here. So the line that has to be walked now is Christy the pastor, Christy the governing board member. But I'm one person. And my heart can't be divided. So last night, after listening to everyone, and I do mean everyone, the thing I decided is this. I'm going to be like David. I'm going to say, God, I need your help. And I'm going to have faith that God shows up. And this walking back and forth thing might wear me out. Psalm 121, David says, where does my help come from? My help comes from God. God, who watches over Israel, will neither slumber nor sleep. You know what that means? Always ready to say what you need, what you want me to do. I can do that. Your faith has healed you. What do you want? What do you need? I can do that. Your faith has healed you. But what does that mean? That means we have to be like the man. The man sitting there. What's going on? Why's everybody? What's happening? Jesus is coming by. Whoa, wait, what? Jesus! Help me! Jesus! Help me! And then all the friends, all the people, shut up, dude. You wrecking things. Be quiet. Sit down. Shush. But if he hadn't kept on yelling and calling out to Jesus, would he have been healed? Yeah. No. He would not have been made whole if he had listened to the voices of the people around him. He would have sat there and would have missed his opportunity to be in the presence of Jesus in a way that those other people didn't get if he listened to them. What does the song say? Break through the noise, the chatter, the constant chatter. Not just in MCC, it's in the world. We're bombarded daily with negativity. You turn the TV on, you get it. You put Facebook on your phone, you get it. Sometimes it's the people in the house with you. Hush.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. And if we listen to the chatter, if we listen to the noise, we're going to sit over here and we're not going to yell for God. We're just going to sit down and be like, oh, poor pitiful me. Nothing going to work out now. We can't change anything. We can't fix anything. Poor pitiful us. You want to do that? You want to go sit down and be miserable and poor pitiful? How about you, Harper? We want to be joyful. We want to be whole. How do we become whole? Jesus! Help me. Jesus! Help me. I'm going to just tell y'all, I've been yelling that all night, and I'm going to keep yelling it. I need Jesus.
Amen.
I need Jesus.
Amen.
I need Jesus to say, girl, hold on now. I need the Spirit to be like, oh, wait. Let me give you the words. Don't just say things. Let me be there. I need holy. We need holy. And when we say, I won't yell again because I saw you cover your ears, little girl. When we say, Jesus, help me, holy's going to show up. Holy's going to show out. It just is. Why? Because holy loves us that much.
That's right.
Holy wants us to be whole. Holy wants us to be healed. Holy wants good things for us, not bad things for us. Oh, here we go. Jeremiah, ready? Your scripture. Jeremiah chapter 29. Sometimes I'm not quick enough. I'm really not. Lost my place. Jeremiah 29 verse 11 is where it starts. Where is it? Why are you laughing at me, little girl? It's okay, you can laugh. I laugh at me too every day when I look in the mirror. 29 verse 11. I know the plans I have for you, declares God. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you hope. I like that one. Hope. And then this part. MCC, listen. Hope and a future. It ain't over. We ain't done. God ain't left us. There's more to come. Prosperity.
Preach.
Prosperity. Now, I ain't talking about you give your money and then you get a whole bunch of money. I hate that kind of teaching.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is you come seeking. You bring your whole heart. You lay it out on the line.
Right.
And you say, Jesus, help me. God shows up. Holy shows up. And Holy says, you're mine.
Yeah.
I got you. And I know what I planned for you. It don't matter what they plan. It don't matter what they talk. It doesn't matter what they do. It matters who God says we are. It matters what God says we're supposed to do. It matters if God says tomorrow is going to be the best day of your life. It matters when God says, I don't care.
Yeah.
They can all abandon you. I've got you.
That's right.
And I say you are mine.
That's
And
right.
I say you are whole. And I say you're going to do great things.
Yeah.
That's what God says.
Yeah.
God don't say lay down, give up, and die. God says keep on. God says get up off your butt and do something.
That's right.
Trust me.
All right.
Come to me when I call your name.
Yeah.
I'm where your help is. I'm where your hope is. I'm where your future is.
Yeah.
It ain't got to be called Thrive. It ain't got to be called MCC. It's got to be called Holy.
Amen.
You are not done. Thrive, MCC.
That's right.
MCC, the denomination. You are not done. I'm breaking my stuff. Y'all see this? God called you. God is not done calling you. God knows the plans God's made for you.
Yeah.
And what did it say? Hope
That's right.
and a future.
That's right.
And how do we get there? Our faith heals us. Jesus, help me. You're helped. I'm here. We have a future. We have healing. We have wholeness. We have joy.
Yeah.
We have hope more than anything. Hope abundant. Because we say, if you're not in it, I don't want it. And all the people said,
Amen.